whoever visible in our online course on teaching, testing, evaluation for Manipuri language teachers of Navodaya Vidyalaya Samiti for 6 days online courses. Today is the 3rd day, and this session will be the last, and this will be presented by Dr. Kishorjit Namairapam, and I'm just supposed Dr. Kishorjit Nongmaikapam. And Dr. Kishorjit Nongmaikapam was working as the head of the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Indian Institute of Information Technology, IIIT, Manipur, India. Previously worked at Manipur Institute of Technology, MIT, Manipur University. He has obtained the bachelor's degree in Computer Science and Engineering from PSG College of Technology, Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. Master's degree and PhD degree in Computer Science and Engineering from Jadavpur University, Kolkata, India. Also published more than 65 reviewed papers, oh my goodness, on journal, national, international conferences, and book chapters in the field of machine learning, NLP, computer vision, and image processing. Also authored the book C Programming. So has a teaching experience of more than 18 years, presently supervising 6 PhD scholars. So completed 2 projects on transliteration funded by DST, Government of Manipur, India, and presently working on another 2 major research funded projects, a multilingual reference word nets on 4 of the major indigenous dialects of Manipur and Manipuri language, funded by SERB, DST, Government of India, and a prototype of auto-navigating e-card using multi-spectral imaging funded by MEITY, Government of India. So area of interest includes machine learning, natural language processing, computer vision, and image processing. Has delivered more than 35 invited talks and attended more than 50 workshop, seminar, conference. Also has been a member in the technical committee, editorial board, reviewer in many conferences and journals. Has also delivered an invited speech at international conference on soft computing and machine learning, SCML 2019 at Wuhan, China. So, Wuhan Sitaru the Kangwe. So anyway, sir, I switch over to you, and the session is yours. Thank you. You can carry on your presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Oja Nandras. Additionally, I want to add one more thing here. Like, I'm also an ex-Navodaian.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great.
It's a great privilege for me that I'm coming back to my family again.
Oh.
Yeah, of course.
I was in JNB Kumbong.
Oh.
I was the 3rd batch there in JNB.
Academically very sound guy, actually.
So like Imphal West, at that time there was no Imphal West and Imphal East. Only there was one JNB Imphal. We just call it as JNB Kumbong. So I'm one of them, one of the alumni of JNB family. So I think like this is a great privilege for me that I come back to pay back to them, especially the area which I have chosen and which I have expertise, maybe of little help to my dear teachers, I should say.
Thank you.
Welcome.
So starting with my topic, let me share you like what this NLP and all. Will it be, should it be in English or should it be in Manipuri, my lecture?
Sometimes English, sometimes
Manipuri is better.
Manipuri is better. Yeah, that's what I've been telling you.
Because I saw some name which is not Manipuri, that's why I'm talking about. Anyway, so I yung mark dum yauzarege in Manipuri jodum. Ay ginakan da masigi topic se Ojan Nandras naso hape dum masi matang je dum Ojan Nandras naso I'm familiar with topic should adum way. And like even though with this computer engineering way regasu masi yamna language ka yamna na ba haitare ko akoy na isam da example I'm in say suppose like when I travel to China, they are anti-English. Almost like none of them Chinese people they talk in English. Even when I speak in English, they say like they don't know. Maybe intentionally natraga kanina no khangde moi khangde hai. So like as soon as I come, I mean airport hai yoga gari tong khulakan the first experience like is like moi gai hojiki taxi driver du gai ga kamaina communicate to ge hai si it was my first trouble haiter because that taxi driver was not familiar with English and I'm not familiar with Chinese. So the only bridge was something which we are going to discuss today. Okay, to get Chinese drivers in the mana app and puchore. I English I Chinese kang de mana I don't know my character English kang the but kakalo dim hai. I get the man last mobile puchore mobile app to the Chinese marondo dungangi. I want to translate or tahale. Then at the same time, I do my market do I want the adugi app to Yamna Kanaba do Hanasu Kanga, do my possession I want the no writer, some of Nasibu Mutatri do you have to some of them. Together, the key apps you don't get the rain on in this tire market instead of understand of the so like translation language one language to another language madum translation to Ragadum Ivan is a lambi sang with the airport again. Hosang University do even what is Hasas at the Haiter. So that sort of expertise or that sort of technique, adugit technique to the natural language processing and open the poche. Maybe generally I karga hex hang logale maybe boring to dragadidum yamnuagadran kale. Sometimes in a technical yamuchalurgas upertabasitum yawe in Rakanda. So maybe like I'll try to discuss in a very simple way. Some so now ma'am screen is we go.
Oh we
go.
So,
yeah, I'll talk about introduction to NLP and a few discussion on its application, like what is this NLP, and then a few discussion on this application, how it works. Generally speaking, it is purely based on computing and then a bit of language. So it's a fusion of computing and a part of language. Backbone the language ni natural language hai tara koi ngang ibu loans. Aduga atopa side amada koi program sum season na one. Say now. Brief in a high kanda natural language processing have an NLP haragati. It's a field of computer science, artificial intelligence, and linguistic concern with the interaction between computer and human language. Haitari. Some akoina ngangi lonze computer give you the kamaina pusalakanda computer gi mating lor kanda kamaina hen refined on the yen and in a report way masi NLP higher topics. Now, Masi Kamaina Karai the walk to Yakanda. When we talk about NLP, we can just trace from speech when Nang is sounds it to way, or otherwise we can just talk in text. Text Harga the Nami Bark or Bumi Amsido in a Saki. Amorum the Harga was a TC level and is the Sanagi Habumu Yare. We need to know the language. We assume the language with the Kangutare. Kamaina and the gay and when Tungan computer you ever algorithm may a few so some NLP has it. Say for example, this picture or this graph speaks a lot. Some of the height are Kamaina. When we start talking about the graph here, let's talk about the graph here. Here in this graph, we'll be able to find this one dimension, 3 axes. The first one is the language. We'll talk about the language because this is the backbone, as I haven't mentioning that NLP works with the backbone of a language, a natural language. Okay, not the programming language, but the natural language which we are speaking. Maybe Hindi, maybe Manipuri, maybe Marathi, whatever it be. So the issue now is, if suppose language is the backbone, then what is the problem? That is the second point. Problem, say for example, with the example which I have cited, like when I travel to China, I have to communicate with the taxi driver. What was the problem with me? The problem was the translation of the language from my language to his language. Okay, problem translation to the language to the L1 have a language to L2 have a language to translate to the problem. So like similarly, today the kind of an NLP to kind of a pick part to get some hora kind of one but talk some language key basic in a language the lack of Kangu the hand like morpheme high morphological analyzer high part of speech high the parsing guys technical kitang among semantic my art from them chakiva like other machine translation jet to gay high targadi. So basically cry the horpia gay haido adolom do in a sumnaga aduna problem well kanda adugi solution tea doing when it's some solutions again pig haikanda the sida to the positive computer mating low some satu in a computer da algorithm haibata to the scene algorithm haikanda step by step procedure have any current procedure no haikanda I problems is solved to yanaba step by step procedure duguni algorithm high see algorithms in later we are going to just translate it into program when it's for a program when it's for a matung dedicadorni aina pamiba problem to solve on doing so kai language language is in a pamiba problem yama creator and then once we have the problem then we are supposed to find the algorithm. This algorithm is supposed to be translated or is supposed to be implemented by using our computer program pictures in almost NLP details. So it's speaking a lot with these three axes of graph. And now, how can we implement? As I mentioned in the previous slide, that NLP works on speech and text. So here you have a speech because like you talk about speech recognition speech recognition speech recognition is not sound language loan recognize system recognize matunda problem solve on other vision in sense option any vision what are the two options is like one is a text type machine or otherwise a image
Sir, excuse me.
Yes, sir.
Sir, it's sorry to interfere, but are you sharing any screen actually?
Screen or screen
full screen to change like I mean there is some technical error I suppose when I put it in the full screen. So I just want to present it like this itself. Will it be a problem?
No, sir.
This was the second slide which I was talking about. When we talk about NLP, we can just stretch with two things, speech or text. So again, I have started talking about the axis here about NLP. So like as I have already started talking about the language is this one, backbone. Then when you have a language, then we need to have some problem in sense, even I have explained just now, the problem may be anything, starting from morphological analyzer to part of speech taking to machine translation, whatever it be. So we have a problem here. So in order to solve this problem, what we have to do is we need to find some procedure. That procedure can be brought up by an algorithm if we are talking in computer. That is what I have mentioned. So when you have an algorithm, the only thing what you can solve this problem is you just convert this algorithm to some programming stuff, then we'll solve this problem. So this picture itself tells a lot about NLP. Then in the previous slide, I was talking about speech and text. So here, again, if I come back, recall it again, the NLP, if we are talking, then we can straight away talk with the speech which we are talking about. I mean, like the speech recognition sort of thing. And then the other way is about through the vision. With the vision, I can just trace with two types. That is, one is text, another one may be image. So we can have two things now here. So text is something which we have been typing and all. Like type to language in work to speech in vision on the lagadi, we can just trace to text and image. Maybe like image in the kay we do kalambasu say some optical character recognition guy na high OCR high OCR she told us archive to riba na archive to one yam kana to the ariba document we try to scan it up and then we try to preserve it, we try to archive it. So once you have that image, what we can do is we using OCR, you can just convert that image to text again, editable text again. Image to editable text once it takes to the product normally whatever problem we want or whatever problem we want to solve, you can just directly solve it through algorithm and then program solve. So NLP hierarchy basically magi can also do pictures clear so NLP means like you can talk about three parameters here: the language, the problem, and the algorithm. And how it's being implemented, you have two options, either through speech or through vision. Or vision it will go through, it may go through text or it may go to image. Even image height also generally we can just convert it into text. OCR optical character recognition. So I see that natural language processing. So now some of the NLP masigi layers generally everyone globally it's accepted and it's implementing in the same process of what I have described here in a hierarchical manner. Because like especially for the Manipuri, which is a very highly agglutinative language, morphological analyzer is a very important one. Most probably morphological analyzer is one of the most important thing for the Manipuri language, because everyone knows it. Like let me pick up one example from Noni Gopal thesis, like Pushin Hanjaram Gadabanito Ko na Hai Kanda. So like it's a single sentence, but if you translate it into Manipuri, it almost becomes like a sentence. Some of them solo purport near some we can't actually Pushin Hanjaram Gadabanito Ko had. I wish I would have asked him to take it. Heidi neighbor when I had. I think it's like morpheme I suppose it's around some 10 morphemes are being added in that particular word. Pushin Hanjaram Gadabanito Ko. So like morpheme if we want to solve a problem for a Manipuri, then we have to start from the scratch. What is the scratch now? The morpheme. Unless we know the morpheme, especially for the Manipuri, we won't be able to solve any problem. So morphological analyzer is one of the most important problem to be solved for learning NLP in Manipuri. So once you have the morphological analyzer, or if you can define morphology, we can jump up to the next layer. POS part of speech tagging and talk we are. Some part of speech tagging guys, the sang na gaya kanda some bada sentence some later sanune. English the heresy. English the heresy I eat rice heresy. I eat rice I can say that I do not subject ni, eat to na verb ni, rice to na object ni. But I Manipuri da when a haluda de the same structure to lay I have a question later. I think in which other is Wuziki English the high party subject, verb, object neighbor when I was English to the lay tardy. I machine translation to Dunico. Some that. I conversion to get the English tagi a Manipuri one do neighbor. English Hanama Poto, Manipuri the Matanda translate to Hundu neighbor. In a word to word in a mapping to Rakanda translate to Rakanda, we get a have question later. I eat rice, I do the I have any eat had a sab, I have any rice. I just hydrogen. adugi potu da halu de tar roi ba koida adu ke dorne amon da manipuri dum da hai tar de koi manipuri ki form da de ke subject object verb in line or generally Indian language sing to ai the verbs in matung illicit able adu that what is important here is when you have a sentence you need to know the part of speech of each every word in the sentence when you just want to solve the problem in NLP adu that ke do ba leiba sentence sumada kari part of speech leige haibase koi khangba mu changne ade kaigina kan ai target straight away example the machine translation they just say language of the language of translation to kan ade ke dorne part of speech je khangda su ya ro adu su kai do ba option ani la hai bujum kai do ba part of speech mi na sum wahi khuding loin ba e lai dori bra hai question ba type to shan lai dori bra hai ba ma adu di koi na every koi computer de adu oi ro computer program je computer singi hai je do computer masana part of speech take to ngam akan di then we call it as the computer is smart hai do enable computer is intelligent hai do enable so the thing is part of speech is we are supposed to take it automatically by the program so how complex it will be
microphone off to view
so now like we have to think in that manner that the computer is automatically going to take any sentences or any sentence which we will be giving as an input. Okay, input ama pira kanda ekta take to go doini samna. That is what we call as POS taking haiter. Then ako na mathang like morphological and lighter I talk about. Then I just move on to POS taking. Okay, fine. I'll talk about the chunking. I mean, this chart or this hierarchy is a globally accepted chart generally. Okay, generally when I'm going to see the chart, name on the NLP, the some sin apply to Mutamda. But we get a morphology, Manipuri when the day, which is hijacked in morphological, like just important way then. You know, the agglutinative, Kimatic Yam Wang agglutination, check Kergamani, Cheki, Mogi language. The part of speech taking to important way. Then chunking had a candidate to get the word chapin pun chat wahi sing haitareko. Adolum the Wainamu, Chiva Horani, Zayepa, Quigi part of speech put Loy candidate. Then a do Loy candidate when a passing and a Quigi, passing a system some Yetu regadi when a Unkada natural science a grab when a Yepa type to some. Style passing the language from the third day to get the phrase apply to verb phrase not a noun phrase to phrase generally it's a group of word we're doing some phrase that maybe it may not be a full sentence but still related verb phrase or what whom's in the verb phrase noun phrase or maybe a combination of both admina when grab we mu ye thok gi chance mu khoina phangye passing to matam then adugi potu su tum important way hai tare khoina layer si sum naina kanda NLP ni kanda then going to the semantic extraction meaning do kai we do know I do pura ho bi are then discourse and co-reference la kanda dem ke do ga kanda ram hairam do next sentence de hi ni silaka do ni adagidi mayam do khoina natraga sita hairam do it will be changed by something like c gaina onla kadoin the c hai is it what takes some of the c se kananuman refer to ning is c se kananuman refer to ning is ai be concept protagadi khoina khoi atopa khoi problems in solve to bung ya roi to adu maina u chi ba hu do so here on there are a lot of things which we can discuss ade si your kan de mayam to we are some thabuk mayam to kan da I example local like Sidala even application sing some maybe time to time example peer some say part of space taking a step part of space taking is part of space to take to give some Masina combined to guys, I don't put I some example yang sa sipodi some no hand and wine of haita konam to wimuta. Say for example, ayatopa ama utsarke. Say English ki tahan utsege English ki se Stanford University ki hai ko moi Stanford University da moi university na same ga thamni se some bada I'll just share it. Okay, I think you can now, it's visible now, I think.
Yes,
so
yes.
Yeah, is it visible now?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. Yeah, say for example, if I write something like this, I am joining a short-term course.
Screen share make to khara chawan biyo.
Oh yeah, make
Apps in the
yada bana.
apps in the yada bana.
Ai na te vasin the Stanford University ki oibana ne ai Manipuri ki desung again. Maybe I'll try to just make it last. Say for example, see that like here, if I say like I'm joining a short-term course, I say mana ke dore. Si take dore. I pronoun ne hai am verb ne joining ya ko. A is determiner ne. Mine abbreviate to buniko. Okay na kay ko the text set hai sam na. Okay ki NLP ki maronda. Standard way si sudum. PRP guys kay hai no magi all text set changing magi loin abbreviate to loin tham sam bada. Aduna laiba posi a the determiner hai ne dt short hai dena adjective ni like then term noun course noun like maina akoin automatically haiter automatically aina sentence sang bisalu razu amma to razu magi wahi sing se man automatically tapna kai dor kia da masagi sentence ita automatically bathan take to kane bukka sis maina akoin same ji sidane akoin NLP na akoin sat isinam samsabuda Manipuri ki sung ying se Manipuri ki yamna accurate way thing am there, but I'll just try to just give you one example here for the Manipuri. So this is sorry. So this is a system which we have designed, and then say out of this, I'll just put an input file. The input file on put ke hana sigi share to dream mangja. I in full screen when share to ning do say ma ko change so the chat to na maram boy sigi mamang da I am share am tak to jage. Say for example like Sigi files see I Bengali da dum tore ko masi paro speaking koi mai te to tore but still I get together I system do matam du da Bengali da to giba system oina tore du nani Bengali ki I maina text so bum leinen slow ro se I na sa haje ke paro speech taking an to do ado I sidis I demonstrate to ke Sigi files I paro speech take to kan da thol lake hai tar ko ado hojiki system amadu da I run to ko do ni ado gi I na to do se This the I file maming do hojiki aino hojiki like your file maming do input file na ko give ne input file na thag is the input file dot txt na hai I to kan da now output sina samain lai rem oh sorry this is not the one sinate ko amazon here so like accuracy today kitang generic what do they appoint so yam no to the Manipuri you in the application fail na hai tar akoi ju ke do Manipuri ga sai lai riba wahi sing je koina ya ingoi koina ke do ke da akoi ki text se akoi ki text je nap na honer kai no da koina ga sai ina je ke machine translation language from the language from proprietor di sai ki lai riba word sing si ki oi ba magi part of speech haitare masi akoin puthon ba yang important way haitare adu the maram orga akoi reso program to kanda masi ga idea am se infuse ovni accuracy am wale akoi kai no ke da nasa in haise gi do agglutinative way bani na akoi na pusala pusam wa ba haitare adu we are working on it and we are getting few more improvements here dum mayam chathaba dum chathari haitare adu gi system duna atopa system among way resina cross simple way na masi system so dum takni. I'm just demonstrating because this system or this example gives you a pure or otherwise a clear picture about what this part of speech taking is going on or how it is being done. So minus the way when a part of speech taking kind of high matam. So this is one thing when you talk about part of speech, then this is one thing. And then if we talk about the other set, like stemming hairs. Stemming has important way when stemming to wise. Stemming to wasn't a can ramo. When words in the Makfung the Kang, my meaning you and we are to repeat. Some Manipuri Garagazu, Manipuri Makfung the what to give Makfung the roots Kang Gadi. I come how are we going to just bring the semantic concept? But in the Pusin and Jeranga, the root what you do captain. Why do never why don't we just stem it one or otherwise why don't we remove the suffixes and prefixes one by one among some example. I don't issue them example of my don't say that. So for example, I was high word to ne. I say slight aribu to Bengali then to go into Saudi they may take to I know the infused on holding a season. The same thing I do get or Nequina. Stemming I didn't educate to get the poo have possession never when put no one notice. I take him much look for doing step by step from Doctor Equina. They step by step from Doctor Kansas. Let me why did they see it? This is the word, which means like it's a very huge word actually. I mean, what to say? When you convert it into English, like it will almost come like a sentence, as I have already mentioned. So I can honestly to Tokum Sang Yamakung Mana, the semantic concept to Purakia, the epic by the root word to put no way one of the computer sit or Matamatangola. When the Katori morpheme Gaiba, they are Negimam. I do important word animal, they morpheme Zikram, no morpheme Zikamina computer and Matanda detect the Holakani. Cell level like the morpheme, we can easily coming out the Hadi. Other syllable Loin to Gaila, a morpheme Loin Pangani is related. They own syllables in Loin to Maggie morpheme root what the Pangani is related. The morpheme in Loin to the Pangani is related. Like take fully when a dill to Womo Chang, some stemming it or consideration. No money put it as soon as I NLP, Nainara loans is some computer, some what we have to do is we have to do all these steps. We have to design each and every tools which we will be discussing now and then. Okay, one by one. Step by step. Then you got a transliteration again. Transliteration is at a time or otherwise right at the moment is a very important topic for Manipuri because we Manipuri used to have two scripts. Now we are lucky that it's been transforming from Bengali script to the Maithe script. The only issue now here is what about the old books, like those people who have already learned Bengali, how they are going to just change it into the Maithe script. So if suppose say, like for example, like if I talk about any book which is written in Bengali, let's say about Madhavi's Hekta Hyasin, Dr. Kamal Niramba Madhavi's Hekta Hyasin. Matamdu di mana iram is Bengali script iram. Ako'y music to sina Maithe mekta ako'y nainadore as master degree, then master another graduate ay nainadore. Now another problem is like huziki angang sing jidi Bengali sung khangre. Bengali makes him khangre because it's a borrowed one and the board, the council, everyone is adopting this Maithe make. Ay nasagi Bengali de iram ni ba lari khudi maksya mu khud na loi ilegatra have a question among tholan. So are we going to keep on writing all the books which was written in Bengali, or are we going to design some system or some software which can transliterate from one script to another script. So important one is Zoom. Yes, one bazung, we same as him, higher. I should rule me on Pajantare, Hector Palm in Zoom to again. Let me share you one more software again. A software. Let me share you one more software for machine transliteration. Do it say here. Now, this is a simple software how you can convert Bengali, Bengali dagi na maite me onto pa English po yai ko amrom da English sidium ke dogia da vai control lom do in chatle kan lom do in chatre pure spelling correction do yaw da bida pa ba do in zum sat pa hitar mai na ya na pa ba thok na ban na salhan boy na to that anyway let's check it out how it works we check to this is text sum to ya to file when try to yeng some bada ai sidai da file am khak loge file see a desktop to give file khak loge kanamba file no I do I when check here say for example example Bengali file am ka ima desktop ta hapa thamne I when then tak peno to unwai na ban. Okay, let me just check it first. I'm going to check to again. Okay. So now let's pick up one, this one file from my desktop. Say, for example, let me pick up a file, or not document, it is in the desktop.
File pickup tong na browsing ji krai lege.
Sile the browser.
The browsing do krai.
Oh, the number ka torke ko ja. Ai basigi kan was Google kan was am no ai tre nasi se. Fujiki browser.
Uji follow pre. We thole.
Okay. File browsing ki do browser.
Krai de law.
Ude. Ai ki the disk in the fokpa mo.
Jaga somewhere karamba part jaga do.
Nate te ai ki software ma screen do uli do ja. Dai de thokta bra. Thokti ba. Yang taga kan to ki ko ja. Ai taga try to gi yang taga. Was full screen when chatlaga am no ai ga do ne dun ne so is. Okay.
Koi LDCL is transliteration tool lam la yawa. All Indian languages the law yaba.
Okay.
Some na. That is ne kitang tongale.
I gonna install we are what we do way.
Okay.
Installer in a dum hapaga. Anyway, install to we are what we got. Whole pro. Is it coming? No. Oh my goodness.
Ado wazagi tadim ubna tro.
We use it.
Adu ye ngasi.
Sibukti to a natraja. See software sibukti to a natraja. Aina sidita click to sibuk to proja. Sidita browser can do toltaba. Aduroja. Anyway, I'll just share it. The output ke kado in lage adu na parani na tragadi what's again talk to. Sigi isam sambada aina talk jage to ise some sambada. Let me stop it and Sigi file, the file which I'm having here, which is called as sida lay file ji some da sida Manipuri ki file am lay den lower sin any text am lay den lower sin. Say for example si file am ka aina uli si ui ko am screen da ui ko si file je akoy na may te make to automatically on thon bagini ko sida adom na ngasi akoy gi flight ki maram da ga hai po se may te make ta ay huziki software am ka ina huzik utke to do adu same software na run to rakanda magi output file lo kai tholoke du ong tang gen jege adu nei nai du automatically sai transliterate to yare he du adu ni ko ai nai jani se sam da say for example ai huziki file lo pick up to give tap pekan to de no aita adu keno to rakanda ai translate to rakanda straight away dum doin ulage adu na farni maybe text to XC what happened file je khra sorry some da tin ma ka ina lokat ki bane tu photo in ulam mas phatang ulap share to ya da se kitan ka ai mon handicap am we some I'm using the software
Google Meet sini hai ni jam Zoom da to ga kan wa ngone na
mai na online to se kitan ka to noi to kitan wala anyway si file kitan ka to ngakang ngai bi ko ai soi du chal ga ma ka some ba ma ka ai chal ko file mo to ina ran to utke some da so now so C file se some na khabar da ki logo file ni some na se Bengali de iba file ni text win lay bane C file ji hujiki software do koina transliterate to one higher je koina ka du ga kan da C file je purely koina Bengali de lay jaram base some da we are going to just make it into another script like this is a Bengali script so now we will be moving on I mean after running the software we will be getting another file like this so I koina ke do automatically ke do ga kan da computer na si mathanda on thora ne bismaina so like this is transliteration some na I hujiki software do ado koina run to kan da file is maina do make on thok sa ani mathanda so this is what you call as the transliteration it's important for Manipuri because like the old books and whatever it be all are written in Manipuri I mean Bengali script loi leiram do po even na say for example when I say give Dr. Kamal ni iba Madhavi do koina loi ba maite make tong loi full withdraw hello question ung la because it may consist of somewhere around 400-500 pages orange lowers 400-500 pages to kana gumbam na translate to ga mu nam thok na I thok na to le ru ga ti ma tha ma ni chang la ne ba maybe chahim chang gi ya ba but whereas masi akoina sida design to software sina point on ya kan da automatically within fractions of minute fractions of seconds da ke dorne also file man lo on thon bi ya ne ba so this is one advantage how we can just convert Bengali script to the mathematical script and what we call it as ke to koina transliteration ko koina sum system sinam So smaina sina this is transliteration ka way akoina example way na pibida maybe aigi kano se software se pra fully demonstrate of the adre a system se kitang moi to way the technical fault khan lai re aduna utti utre. But anyway, so that is how we can start doing things in by implementing the natural language processing. Natural language processing scenario kind of the way abo habu adugi processing the name da hade. So transliteration is another important thing. Akogi kehta transliteration je akoi important way na dum nei na bhi ai kana hale koi da haita le mi ba Bengali script to mete script or mathal automatically on phone bagi ya bhi chances dum pi re koi da. Then morphological analyzer or morphological segmentation and akoi na to morphological segmentation is the point of get the morphemes in the segment to ada inga si system jita du software sung yaudre yauraga dei demonstration to ba yabni. Moreover, virtually to in kitang wai tum program run to kanda in fully can the screen the program the zuker later. But anyway, concept is some na wahi yamada morpheme kyam yauki and matanda automatically dissect on baiter. Adu kanda morphological segmentation high when adu morphological analyzer had a kanda to get morpheme duna magi CIIL makunsing maybe now no kai haiter matuna kai welaki yaiko. Case change to holopura natraga magi kahitare gender change to holopura kai holopo kai dumana adudi am kupna detail the people ngam gade when on kai to get morphological analyzer um high when some. Then another one is when name entity recognition high when machine name entity recognition guys to holisina kai no hai kanda akoina words akoina sentence am akoina meanings akoi automatically computer na machine translate to ke high matam da issue ke to ke kanda akoi mi maming sing se me maming sing je koi na kai to get generally meaning labor maming is yam thol isak ka hasin isak is some from the apikpa high ka ni some adu aina kai gumba arthadu hunga kai to ba ai meaning the direct when haluda di problem lakto re bai goren machine ai gi language ta gi atopa lon am on matam. So issue is why don't we identify all the name entities name entities um kari chain ge hai kanda akoina samai to koi some da edu ge kanda akoina some da se sidha leire wahi ma wa some ke ru khara akoina text some leire some da text some leire. See, we go example of NER in Manipuri. That was we go, ma'am. Slide. Ma'am, who see slide?
We.
See slide. Some the Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh who hayeng mahaki guys some torle. They the okoina ke dugia kan the magi meaning sing je okoina loy han the problem later na ba okoina name entity haita name entity se okoina kai ke chinge kan da mi mami organization maming adagi digit gumba adai paisa masing gumba kai gumja koina name entity the organization maming gumba si loimba koina name entity the lo chinga le koina kai gino kai koina look gumba kai gumba mayam su le idrese asugumba je koina mayam gi 1000 look ka hazu 1000 organization maming ne bodo 8 in hantu di problem la ane bokoida adade adugi concept tu da koina kai dogi kan da we try to identify all the name entity through auto detection sort of thing, or otherwise computational kai haitare program tarokan da koina kai dogi maming ne baja se automatically khantu hol le like this is one of the output haitare example output ni koi hujiki software do run tor matung da phangba haitare phangba output tu ni si amom da ha de kai haitare manipuri gi oina phangba output haitare koina pisan ba text da example oina pisan ba text swai pirame then akoi gi ke dorai na color na sumji ising je khangna ba na sum yek pa ngak tani amom da ha de so maming jing natraga hairo kai ji mathanda loi detector ane ba adi da ina horen machine translation to kan aigi wahi sentence ama da translate to kan di maming oita di my meaning to hallu no hire ne program sit maming oiga di my we don't need to change the I mean we don't need to translate the word which is being recognized as name entity when recognize or key ko se translate or no hire ne straight away translate into higher ne transliterate when to higher the name Dr. Manmohan Singh is a name entity when recognize to Tadi meaning to a hung Halleroevo, transliterate into English from the Dr. Manmohan Singh and English in Otokra neighbor, some the Adomina to possible name entity recognition and high. Then as I hope that Pangiba image when Lanta the quite of the archive when I got to level the quite of the gain in high. Archive when I got over some hope with the digital library, digital library Muktahaviat. Find a library the Quiggy library using the archive to Tamnavani and a project to Mam Torme. Okay, all the old books that manuscripts, ma'am, scan total, hungry, looks and digital utuga, digitization to writer. Then question is, Matuki lady Bapotu image when photo in later. Do the type to Usuarway, amateur Usuarway, I did the Queen Kato with tie, having question laga the type to we have a format on the Puroktar all from when a pump to don't see we are doing what was in spelling la mission to be aduna machine translation to get yarani. I did get on when was optical character recognition. Ariba, Ladyba, Wahising do, image when Lamado, editable text. Edit the way of text from going on for an when optical character recognition into this. Once I did the editable in Proctar, they get on me. I went at only with the this is another application, another major application of NLP. Now moving on, like I have discussed about the parsing. Parsing is the machine translation. I machine translation is a straight away example of NLP. You know, I'm mainly some example nine again the machine translations in the time. No, ma'am, ma'am, the infused out together. Some understand the machine translation. Machine translation is language automatically translate to Honba. Computer number to Honba. Computer Matan to Honba is a yam live man Banedus, yam Luba complex report Amogani, some. Other time I do translation the Purakanaba, another parsing is important word. Parsing is the verb phrase command away, noun phrase command away, Haitare, Adumba, Adumi detect to hold when a parsing is in maybe in terms of when a parse tree and I computer tree structure the 200 than a layhel lequena. I did get on a labor, Maggie, Wahi Sinduki, my kind of the coordination to Uber money when passing to Honda Magadi. Once I did passing to coordination to Unamagi Potu Uragadi, when I get a machine translation to Zungyam Liren. Adu minus some lady when application haragadi. Another one Yamna Kitang advanced weekling as I did leader me put in the basic way of money, was Kitang advanced weekly topic. I'm going to have some interesting way of one. Can also Panguni, Waki, the Sudan Panguni, Nigeria, but interesting way whenever I know Pukalasic ignite and the seizing ya I do Nequina loan sumnagi loan in a computational point of view la akanda di sibu ya hedu taya na bane in the pushalaka and pin in say for example question answering has in question answering as some of the Huzik Corona matam the online class kind of online class to exam over we did our exam online was online the exam to some of the queen online exam to the question same answer period objective type or the lie. Descriptive type or the Kamina computer to do not have a question lie. Man, the color is Yaroida had unable. Like it's not possible to have unable. You know, the computer cannot give marks. Essay writing about the computer, PVR or Hurricane marks to. A do give what to give solution, never in a question answering and a high topic. I do dedicate on computer na Masama Tanda answer, PNG have neighbor. Like if I am not wrong, was under Sakanogi Basudev Burman and Ozana Kambin reply to Hyderabad. So he was doing a project here in question answering, and it was coming in the newspaper also. So what he did is like he designed a software which can just make the correction also. Question answers in the automatically correction to Hongaman. He claimed like the output will be almost like 95 and above percent accurate way in a high manner. Chumba yabi possibility may also like a Aquina answer people I say ID answer the question check answer check to wise it point to tasto bra hypership jing. Apart from that, mana iri photo grammar chumbra have a pot jing. Then again, mana iri wadu wahi kya musan question ma answer koino do wahi kya season ni either short answer type la long answer type la adugi matu ina su mark su mu yeng ku yai isam samna so based on that akoi su ke dorba last ta hujiki corona matam yam satna ga do pot am khok oirang ga bani isam sambada maybe if it keeps on prolong I mean prolong when sigi corona na online adu da ta this question answering software will be very very popular maybe one day. Okay, and another concept is akoi ne yam kan high virtual university guys akoi concept stage ta lei sam sambada concept stage ta lei je ke no kan university si virtual wena isam sambada class attend to roi do ne somna university sala roi de university na location am ta lei roi do ni sam sambada ai sana dum university ma on to yara ko do ni sam sambada kamaina classroom lei da ka ta online class question answer check to do re haidi exam to do re online answer da khosa rani ai go adagi mark pi re pizza rani grade hol ani computer ne mathanda loin ba adu pe khazu khudok thaido rani amarom dadi adu virtual university guys it's not far away isam sambada adu university chatle ming chatle master loire adu tore ada to ai convenient matam da su class yawi yarani convenient matam da exam thai yarani kegumba sigi question answering is possible way agadi if suppose this question answering is possible then the virtual university has it's almost a feasible one where ane was with then maybe sometimes kai do ne problem man sung lak to ri ji we kai do gi kan da oza si su le oi do ri ba sai computer ne loi ta la ka do ri ba mu sam sam da computer ne loi ta la ka do ri loi to ka do ri ba sai kai no ka na machine learning and topic ang ka na kan computer kan na na ri ba oi ta oza is akoi me am sam ta ka tar oi do ri no mu na tra no mu akoi me am chhatra me am da ta na ko tra oza ne na koi to za ri je maybe akoi da ka oi tab su ya ri ba because of this question answering isam sambadai tare was it possible way bani ko ma'am thangai singna oi basu kuisu ku ro me I suppose maybe in within 5 to 10 years magi outcome so thola kan khalle ina question answering chi matang so this is one of the important thing about question answering maybe it may depend again on the language that depend or English kumba kai is highly advanced and maybe it may be applicable much of the time but Manipuri kumba da kitang delay to hogusu yai but still this is one of the hot topic haitare samna. Then another one is sentiment analysis ka in hai koina. Sentiment analysis ka is in pusalai se kemtin nati. Mangunda koina robot am sarasi for example if there is a robot am pusala je. Robot am pusala ka je kamai to ne koina. Robot si what is samna masi sentiment wale hai do ne samna because robot doesn't love anyone. Robots how wait robot nungsibaiti like amon da di ka ta khang ko lati robot hai position mai di just sito hai loi adu ka loi to doine ba problem se ke dor kya kan what about putting some concept of sentiment to the robot chi sentiment kha se le ko mai to de ga question mong lai ai di ase koina polarity in a concept ka kusale wena polarity je ke do ya koida hum gapte ne class hum ka khana wena negative wena Oibama negative, positive, and neutral. Some the fuzzy have some different. And she get the Masika Hybrid reports of Yaudi Vijukuta. Are still working on it? Some of the hardy. Some they have visit when a Quinaka in a Negakana, discrete when a Kayo in a Negakanda, class on the name. Then positive, negative, and neutral. Neutral, but not a magic man is a smashy positive way and not a magic negative way. Kay minor Kanga and man, it would even unto expression. Do not avoid sentiments and last of one labor. Some of that. Atopa kana ba manam ke do ya kan robot not in robot krai da kai to ba ko ye forensic science is happy how forensic science don't quite to ga kan da in the forensic science how we can apply this sentiment analysis is that ko ye mi mana se ko hu sms kan thane na ta chatting ya kan to mi ji ki mood if I can understand the mood of the very person ke do ba few minutes back the ma se am mood to am nungai na the way how he or she expressed ya ko chatting to romba ya sms tharam be adu after some few minutes ma silen me has a calm da adu akoina by the way how he or she has expressed on his or her chatting ke do ke the ma society ri na traga someone murder to ri ai khang magam doine ke no my sentiment du dum yeng we ane ba mane it's warming ang for me to rum bi pochu da isam na koi society note kai hai koi society note is generally a negative note negative sentiment ne isam amron da hargati negative sentiment ne adu ki basis ta hai tar adu ki basis ta koi na analysis to hon basu ya not aina sai robot ki wali du not ta bi da adu adolom de su dum sakhi basu ya isam na sentiment analysis ta ka to na sin dun Then going to word segmentation. Maybe this may not be very much applicable to Manipuri language, but what happened here is in the Chinese or the Japanese, moigi Japanese ki yexali me amdo amon the haragadi moiju word amani moiji character amakaksu natti moiji mathang ama akoina di character amadong ubudong toy do yexali ba poto word amadong no chat Chinese kumbadi edi maybe something ama kaino so I renzu loron paina singdra ado ma adu moidi adu character ama natti moidi wahi mo into adu ko ke dorne magi wahi je kamaina magi sima line sim sinjala kan mai mapping je kamai to ga ge gaina akoi naina basudum sathai amramda or otherwise in akoi English kumba Manipuri kumba da di am kai dore word sang to ina naina badom do nu susali word segmentation je to chang edi wahi do punna sat wahi sing hai tar chang isam samna. So that is one thing for the word segmentation. And then you have information retrieval. Information retrieval guys in the kamai to yakoina ai info so what the exam later so sigi ani se it's almost like ani works coordinate we some among the let me talk about the automatic summarization first. Summarization in the kamai to ga kan da koina koi text so later koina akoi matam da hai tare class 10 natraga keno da koina chapter to gi summarize to ga eu ga in high question among thing re we time I summarize to which is to do mal en kamda the chapter to summarize story you have some samla you have never abstract to you have name some the same philosophy a computer nasu a text me am summarize on the yadori some basic over important over watching the local lakanda summarize on the yadori some. So that is how we talk about the automatic summarization. So automatic summarization tauramnina ke dorne kanal listen ke dorne information retrieval this kanal information retrieval in quite canon yakanda I because something information retrieve to in laws if something Google has Google going to we type something on the text which is provided on the Google like it or so what happens is like lokta hapu matam the web magi link me ampi link to maka the link to you it attain brief description there's something like some summarize and then lobby. They are say Pira man data me could supply to link me some sort of information to my retrieve to rain with Pira in Hagar. Trying to Kanan me so with the Pangi some we cannot keep opening each and every pages of local like how the piling of Pontivo. I'm summarizing a kind of selection hiding is a guy high ngam laktori ba ko sam mai man ngani ni point kai no gain aina pami ba pot am khaki ba search to do nataba. It's not only about finding the particular word, it's about finding the related semantic concept of that very particular word haita wahi du makki oiba semantic meaning or related meaning nam do retrieve to honma ngambagi concept unsu du computer na pihan ba haita adum bagi concept su dum NLP na sane sam da the when language tam da lonam tam da adum bagi idea me ando pirak ta de khoi de do ne yam line na khoi lon je tam ba yar ka dori sam na then word sense disambiguous ka hajina khoi na haje ba sa ina haidu ne umam da de pisaka haron pisaka do suppose if we have to translate ngasagi khoi na translate to gena low ragadi ngasagi word to how we are going to translate that word adu ngasagi wahi de ke do this ambiguous way when you have a name some Mandi Nankisaido either me maming with Doribra, Natraga some verb with Saki Doribra, Raka when Saki Dorino guys, when I never ya doing ever, when I Kayumba, when this ambiguous when I'm tardy, when a target to Pubukan 9 talk doing there is one thing. Then what net is a queen of Mating Yam Pangal, what net is jargon of or otherwise metadata me amgi dictionary haitare mo de yaw do je o synonym antonym am what am namu matam da atai link nam do loin holonym adu da loin puthopong number pot am khani koin word net haiba software se sam na word net hai ja koi huju project am su to re Manipuri gi oina Manipuri plus 4 dialects haitare Manipuri gi dialects in so dugi software dom create am kan honari sam da aduga satari almost loan ani hungi de losale. So this will be another advantage. Kanglei whatnet.com manang thinking view code.in adu thing or otherwise whatnet indo whatnet IT mobile namsu to uni puspa what try makada adu Indian language man gitu ubli. Now Another is speech recognition. Speech recognition, I don't need to discuss it again because we have already discussed about this. I ngangi wahi singina adum magi I loan singje capture to rakan the man hiding loan se kainu ga hair ga salangi bhai kar. So there is another topic in NLP, how you can just move on for the research or otherwise some more application. Then because it's already 5 o'clock. Anyway, now then multi-word expression multi-word expression is important way of conceptions that language language translate to important way word to word mapping the answer will be, I mean, meaning the own name. Say for example, kick the bucket as kick the bucket is meaning any homes to do idea they do moxunatri. I didn't mean to see I do in a mom the head. I'm not going to see bucket type to kick the bucket hydus. Some of the bucket cow and haluda to ya roe. Yeah, 2 and 4 has 2 and 4 is a kind of words to one put already ideas actually. A 2 and 4 I don't have an able. So multi word has in high kanda. Why is a punna lergana? Why a new puzella kind of meaning of topa? At Fugaru, why to want put over meaning of topa? A doom buggy concept labor, why is in the put that the cat some of the highest. So there is one example. I mean, there is one concept of multi-word expression. So she gives you example of program, but maybe next time. I systems what is a break then machine translation. Inside the high machine translation Google Google Translator some Google Translator let me share it. Google Translator some of the with hindering activity poche. See Google Translator fully comment. So Google Translator I want to join the class English the evening some like any sentence make it easy. I want to join the class. How are you? How are you? How are you? Oh, sorry. How are you? Say, I'm Bengali. Ami kamen acho ana Bengali. Then what about Tamil? Tamil to Matan translate by Tamil Buranda. Any language, Assamese to then maybe Hindi the way give see the going as I have a machine translation. I did Hindi the tum kese or Malaysian some
Manipuri the translation to view.
Manipuri the talk in a
yes, I do name Hajar Kadesi. Kayuna Manipuri gi potsi lakanda di. Of course, a primitive state still a higher. Of course, the project as woman lakaduri, which is Handaki, most probably Handaki sanction, no woman lakaduri. Maybe 3-year project na do in the National Translation Mission and NTMG. Maduda most probably we can do it. I think English to Manipuri ga English to Hindi ga project so umatauri marum da hade koi construction project so umatauri je chahi hungi ba have tareko Indian language to Indian language hai tar maybe Indian language to maybe another language especially koi Manipuri di English ka Manipuri ga aduga English ka Hindi ga project ama handak hugdoi tauri je am kana chahi hungi maybe after 3 years adu ipoto so idana ta do male koi institute one of them we institute so adu part am win to aduna adu gi lore targadi maybe ko hetare sumaina si possible ta ba yane nai thajaba khale akoi complication di enga sa hije gi do okay do ge da to atai language di dum papa ta gi ba but akoi language di ge do ge kan da masagi complication le do word am khang na sentence ma halatum ba la ko se masi sina koi da amna complexity am le hele ba koi language gi aduna koi na maybe rule based hai tare ko language le mi ba idea me am se infuse hoga program to jo ek ta dugum to adagi am machine learning and koi computer gi koi data me am pisan la kan da gi learn to la kan mathan to hono hono to adu to ek ta dugum to isam khara sagri chagra khara le hai tare koi gi loan si farak ta khara le bina hai tare aduna de is
I could see I'm sorry never saw I could get technician engineer they language me am kai do le no si hapak te se ka I could talk with the am the loan, they migration like Pangang sing the Takoda Siki direct translation later, they could am live.
Right.
Wabi Rono Tolani.
Say who got a say you got an idea because the project to success I suppose we can do it. But so in Gangadran Kalaying Canada. Madui project, a project, a Tori wave. I don't know, maybe a do project is almost like final stage later, except or later. I do put no heck how to understand some Solania, Egmota. Maybe let's hope for the best height at Egmota. I do my understanding kind of a pig at Ranakalaying Canada. So mine do now. So that is one concept how we can make an approach about machine translation. The machine translation is you my mama when I was report to the Chatavia, then proofreading the hariba. Proofreading is
why not talk about Polama?
Yeah, I was a kitan. Yeah, I didn't look at stress of the girls. I come from the easier. I need hide. I'm Santuki. I don't even like that. I didn't know. Anyway. Proofreading has is when bad day. Masi Kaidiam Kanaga to get a cover Gumba, Lyric, Kumba, Kato, wouldn't Yam Kanan in Kali. Madam de to get a meme and a like a the parlor to Newton. Okay, grammari gaina, software to Grammar La Liga and put in the way grammari gaina, software intuition. Like that same thing, we proofreading this. I do one of the best example if we grammari in a software and read. Say there's a grammar la then suggestion to them to like I don't know proofreading the top. Now other I told me I'm like let's wind it up. I do give application me I'm doing that Zoom lecture son. A queen at away of the higher NLP in a career same what we get higher day. A queen get the input a mapi a queen output in the queen eyes. They get away algorithm seeking matu in a model makes same I do senior output to Sigi input structure is a linguist na yamna mating to way. You know the language of a key backgrounds a man he a computer engineering matos in a size way Sigi Posiga linguistic verify to be linguistics in a Chumila is a Sonakanda linguistic Shima Mishima hiding. A quiggy told to see the labor position. This is the place where we are standing. These two are the place where the linguists are standing. Example on the hector logo there, input in a hector pixel, the Tamas hector pixel is a cat, foxes, mice, goose can be. So on the point of design to in a software algorithm, software. The original had the cat had a singularity. Foxes at the fox root where the ears of a plural way, high end name, like a morphological and larger height. Some mice is a mouse keep plural from the heading. Goose had just one problem, never quite problem, solved to renewal, which one. This is one simple example. Then if we go for ambiguity, I made her duck eyes. If I duck sick, you know, guy and I know them. Duck meaning I can the book with a noun with your ambiguous way. I made her duck to maybe noun and chin the way, but in this sentence itself, this duck can be both verb and noun. Maybe I make to create Sumaina. Ambiguous with the this ambiguous we know Honagumba. Say a quickie NLP, they apply to put on high. So let's go with some other topic, little bit of interesting topic here. I can hijack a case. There is a linguistic point of view the mathematical point of view the we have to solve. I don't know the Gatora, so apply to be some Anka habit, you know, the probability guys happen in Kangan. Can you know probability has a we have chances having every some we have chances is method me amput in a way to this. Some but see one of the examples is direct implementation is okay. Say suppose in high river synthesis is water is so transparent that and I have a synthesis probability put up to in a way to the each size of water similar probabilities. Let's go straight away here. Combine to get under probability of A, B, C, D and I say its water is so unlabeled. Some of the probability of the whole of this the formula in some I'm sang when we're going to change rule put up formula in the way like short form the later. I know its water is so transparent I can the probability of its water it's having matunda water in a way probability. Its water is an like probability. Its water is so unhighway probability. Its water is so transparent highway probability. Probability in high second like the event Hibamaga oibe yaba possibility mayam sida hojiki event thok pa haibna pot am khak leiriba masigi mayam se kai dino klake corporation ko data chu ma ka khomjele thame isam sambada corporation di no any sentence akoi gi apam ba mo leiriba manipuri gi data sing loin khomjele ga chu ba kaino ma khak archive to thame hai karin adu ne ko corpus hai du say for example newspaper da BBC gi corpus dum leje BBC खबर पाव फुंगी बा मोगी बा corpus ma khomjele ga dum lei aduna koina masigi NLP da ke da koi adu data to lo action ni isam sambada खबर da gi na anything mi na nang ri ba lo na ri ba myam je data ji loi khomjele tham bi je asugi data khomjele po ne koina corpus hai je ade local ga each size probe adu gi corpus so ku da maybe adu the origin 10 lakhs ni hire ne 10 lakh why origin 10 lakh to the each size why je kyam yawi each water je kyam yawi ga adu da puthok ku ni ko koina probability na sida saknari je adu aina puthura agadi last koina let me say the example me ti yeng ase probability da puthoga sakhiba ma then atop amana yam nokingwa mana isam sambada say for example hujiki do adu da sumu sina hujiki do na ina chain rule loina matang moi sakhiba sida na hujiki do why ani ni khatang da try to bai tari ko why ani ni da try to ga to koina diagram count koi amron da diagram count sida kamai to ge da isam sambada diagram adi ani yebene probability so why ani da try to do ne check to do ni ko koi to do je adu ana ko aya ekta metric sama ekta semtok sebo kamana I want to eat Chinese food lunch span na ko sentence am leiden slow ai sona kan dasu mai ire sona kan dasu mai ire ai ni local sentence corpus to the yaw river sentence 9222 sentences nebo adu dei da ai adu dei da thingna rak pai tari ko thingna rak pasi ke do I na thingna rak pasi ujiki 9222 sentences manga ka thingna nebo I want as 827 times thingna nebo I two is shooting thing a day. I eat thing in Mapalek thing neighbor. They one shooting thing a day, 1 2 anything. The Masita Queen knowledge low be a yakanda. She days the Magi, I'm doing a twin with data things here. The Magi possibility lay high neighbor, the probability see one high neighbor. There is nothing wrong in that two word. What I need to the Magi sentence land be probability like the grammar land be probability like the high neighbor. Some you know the my frequently season arena. Lana di kanam tani decision na roidna sentence 9222 sentences ta I want asi am to isin na di mai I want asi laningai chances am niema niema so likewise ke dor ne koina grammatical natraga linguistic concepts su yaw da na koina probability from the base or kan da koina putho ko gi method su dum season nei haibo ai example pi jaisi ai ko da maina to buduna ke do gi kan da we have different ke do example oina unigram lom da sin be ya bigram lom da trigram lom da quadram lom da to ya ai wahi am khatang da try to wahi ani da pull up try to wahi hum da try to giba wahi mari da try to giba adu maina wahi yang khali we di accurate we chances yang wang khali to wadabu computer da haira ga di tap thare manam di kai na kan da magi comparison se unigram hai da ina 10000 word le matam magi comparison se 10000 ka tawrane ba bigram hai di 10000 into 10000 so my comparison se am chumra ta ai wahi si matung da amko lakra je to no na da yang khal ane ba diagram da di si ok na comparison wahi am na c number of times I compare to they are way ba sum no wa khali ne wahi na c times compare to le di computer dum tap thare ne so yamna so khal ga di computer tap thare pi aga na mu ke do 2 but accuracy wa ne sumaina labor concept le koina akoi gi ke haitare samsamba keno da haitare koi gi NLP da tawriba method is one of the simple example in NLP then akoina computer da singba kai se I am tang example sin last way ge computer da singba gi concept sim tanga piram ga ilo sinjage samsamba da so now if I say computer da singba is kamai sing you know the example am take samsamba da say sida koina example ma ekta pise ge is computer da sing ba guys sing ba is natis computer da sing ba natis sing di akoina data je hapsen bani aina program to ne computer da sing ba is adu kai do ne computer da sing do kamai sing do na kan da say for example aina sida ni ma ka anu ba like tambala ana lo receive nupa ma natraga ai gi environment du da anu nupa ma khak la ya ba yai ko hana na le ram mi ngak ne ba si me sam mana akoi su mangai anu organization sam sam tam da ai ge sana ba ga dra close we mi je ta khan na bo ne psychologically कमाइना खली नो है इसम सम कंप्यूटर ने कमाइ खंगदगे दुने ऐसे डेमोस्ट्रेट तौगे है तौदोइस ऐनेन लौबिरो मैं एनवायरनमेंट अम लेरमी हान ऑर्गेनाइजेशन अमदा मी मरी मंगा लेरमी मंगा मरी मंगा सिदा ऐना ऐगे पुनबे या मी जे कमाइना ओइदोइनो जे थिदोखदोइ इसम सम कंप्यूटर सिंग हाइदोइने बदुगा से फॉर एग्जांपल ऐना डाटा खरा मी दुगी कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स हाइतार मी दु मसक सुगलीगा मादे अदु तोइगा ना कोई अदुई मतुइने ने कोई मीने ह्यूमन ब्रेन जुमा एडाप्ट तो मोहनरिज अदुगी बेसिस ता एजु के दोरे ममिंग लोरे चाही लोरे इनकम लोरे क्रेडिट कार्ड क्या पाई गाइस इन होट लोरे याइको अदुई तारिक के दोने कांदा सिदैदा जोन हाइब नुपासी के मागी डाटा खर लोरे याइको रेस्पॉन्स नो हाइन राचेल हाइब नुपीसी के जुमा डाटा खर लोरे हेना इसु लोरे डाटा खर तोंग इसु लोरे नीली इसु लोरे ऐनी डेबिट हाइसना ऐगिसु ऐगी ओइबा कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स खर ले याइको अदुई तादे मा अखोइने कैदोगे हाइ कांदा इसम समना इक्विडियन डिस्टेंस न कोइना इसम समना पोइन अमदे पोइन अमबो की लापनबगी फॉर्मुला दो पांजले इसम सम पांजला कांदा कोइन होटने होट कांजे कैदोगे हाइ कांदा डाटा मसा मसा अमम फंगी डाटा मसा मसा अमम फंगी फंगीबा डाटा से सिदै डिसाइड तोवेबो कमाइ डिसाइड तोगे हाइ कांदा सिदा लेइबा अनि गिदि यामना लापना लेइबा आइंगोंदगी but whereas sida lay 15 and lay posexity aiga naknei ai characteristics naknei aduna maram oina aina decide tonga meba zone ne rachel ne aduga nili hai sidi aiga punba yani hena ga tonga sidi punba yarwa ade masi computer na mathanda puthok ta de ekoi hai do computer sing hai do ne computer is intelligent hai do ne but in reality it's not that much intelligent oiba natiba we human has computationally we program to ka singan do pone aina si uli again that likewise what we have discussed akoina wujik discuss tawriba NLP ka hairga akoina discuss tawriba posakse masi kai do gyai kanda akoina singan bagi concept si lakta argadi natraga mathanda thabak to honbagi thabak si lakta argadi wujik hairiba posak myam jakoina apply to kanda computer si singan le haiba tare adune ina pusanjani je because that topic itself is a very huge topic machine learning ga ja ato aina wujik ulam strike ato topic on kan sam adugi myam lo in thupsala kanda akoina NLP da adugi mathanda haijaba mathanda tamjaba computer da mathanda puthok charakpa siguma myam ja akoina loi puthok tuna isam samna ta e isam samda akoina NLP da apply tawi isam samda anyway yamna sang wari se tong mane do
matam se sai di matam se moi sai pung tara makhadi phamai banina ba mayam se
matam se yang do su lai
pun batare so anyway so conclusion when sam na khoi hai se NLP se khoi na language sam learn to da khoi lai hal li hai tar sam makes us easy adu mane kai do ge solo also computational solution ju dum pi man language sam learn to no NLP sina ai ko then tool myam su pi khoi da tool myam NLP na tool myam tool lai je khoi na tool lai software du ni ko software myam su khoi na computer gi oi ba mong da EV ba kai no technology ka language ka ki barrier marak se koina mana bridge tong